Hey everyone, Steven here from Redolessence, and welcome back to another fragrance review. Thank you so much for watching. And in this video, we're actually going to be taking a closer look at the ever popular, oh so famous, yet notorious, maybe infamous, release from the house of Thierry Mugler. This one is called Alien. So here's the bottle. This one is a 2005 release, and the perfumers behind this fragrance, it was actually a collaboration between perfumers Laurent Bruyère and Dominique Ropion. Now, Laurent Bruyère has done a couple other designer fragrances. I know he's done one for Lalique, he has done one for Lacoste. Dominique Ropion, however, is the real MVP in this collaboration. I can guarantee you probably love at least one best-selling fragrance that she's done. You go to Macy's, Sephora, your department store, you'll see, she's done Paco Rabanne's Lady Million. She has done Armani Code and Acqua di Gioia by Giorgio Armani. She has done the new Paco Rabanne scent, which is scheduled to be released later on this year, Olympea. It's actually counterpart to the very popular men's Invictus best-selling fragrance. She has even worked on Flower Bomb by Victor and Rolf and La Vie est Belle by Lancôme. So she has done a lot for the industry. Now, this one released in 2005, 13 years after the popular release of the popular Angel by Thierry Mugler. And this one is kind of like the darker sister, right? Of course, they are two very different scents, but even the name is a little similar. Angel, Alien. This one is made to be a more mysterious fragrance, and that it is. And I do have to tell you guys, there have been many different versions of this fragrance made. This fragrance has many flankers. There's an aqua chic version. There's one that was released just this year called Oud Majestueux, which has a prominent note of oud wood or agar wood, right? So just as a consumer, keep in mind the one in review today is the original, not any of the flankers. And this fragrance is classified as an oriental woody. And next up, let's go ahead and take a look at the presentation. So here on the presentation of the box, we have the name of the fragrance and the name of the company written right below that, size and concentration down here at the bottom. On the very bottom is where you can locate the UPC and the serial number punched into the bottom left-hand corner of the box. On either side, you have this gold holographic alien font encompassing the entire side. I think that's a really nice touch. On the back here, you have a picture of the bottle on a landscape, and then over here it says, enhance yourself with Alien Eau de Parfum, the fleeting pleasure of a precious stone bottle that only lives once. So let's go ahead and take a look at the bottle, which is really the highlight of the presentation. Of course, Thierry Mugler makes some really unique bottles, whether you're talking about Angel or Womanity. They're just gorgeous. So here you have this purple gold color palette, very unique bottle. It does look like a stone. It looks like a gemstone, So it's supposed to resemble either a philosopher's stone or something that would be wielded by a wizard. But anyway, you have Alien written here in the front, nothing going on at the back. Pretty unique shape and design to it. Sticker at the bottom with your information. And to spray it, here is the atomizer. The distribution on this one is actually great. Could be a little bit better, and it sprays out enough juice. And that was the presentation for Alien by Thierry Mugler. Vincent writes, it's my teacher's signature scent. I love it on her. Severnoff continues by saying, a very sensual and dark jasmine scent. Beautiful blend, very mysterious smelling. I think the name suits it perfectly. And one of my Instagram followers, Asemi, writes, one of the best female fragrances out there, albeit I think Angel edges it. Alright, so the note breakdown for this one is very simple. In the top, we have jasmine. In the mid, we have amber, or white amber, and then in the base we have woodsy notes or blonde woods. And it's a fairly simple composition, and what you see is really what you smell with this one. It's a rather transparent composition, very modest, but very genuine and sincere at the same time, and I actually quite like that about this scent. Now, there really is more than meets the eye, because I think jasmine can be perceived in many ways. It comes off as a very clean floral in some regards, or a very fecal, kind of dirty and raunchy animalistic floral in some other regards, and I'll tell you why that is in just a second. So really, I want to preface this by saying this is a polarizing scent, Just because you like the note of jasmine the way it's done in XYZ perfume doesn't necessarily mean you're going to like the way that it's done in Alien. I have met some women who absolutely adore this scent. They have made it their signature scent. My brother's girlfriend wears this religiously, but then I've met some women who have a really strong aversion to it, like my mom really doesn't like this one. I've smelled this one in stores. I had my fiance smell it. She hated this one, right? So this is one that really kind of gets mixed reactions from the crowd. The reason for that is because of the note of jasmine. Now, jasmine contains an organic compound called indole, and pure jasmine oil contains about 2.5% indole. It's very expensive, but we're not going to get into that. But indole can be created by the buildup of bacteria like spores and stuff like that, and it actually gives the oil or the fragrance wherein the oil is contained kind of like a fecal animalistic smell. And when you smell this one, you definitely get kind of like a dirty undertone or mid-tone to the composition. So you smell it right away, you're thinking jasmine, cleave, floral, light, airy, you know, whimsical, but that's really not what you get. You actually get something a little bit darker, denser, kind of brooding and mysterious. But I think that that really contributes to the uniqueness and if I can even say lovability of the scent. I love this scent, you know, and that reason, it has a very addictive smell to it. It actually reminds me of another fragrance that I have by a really high-end niche company called Xerjoff, and the fragrance is called Al-Khatt. Now, Al-Khatt has a really rich indole node or nuance to it, and it's amplified tenfold. So that one is like really hard to bear. This is such a tame, mild, and modest version of it that I don't see how people don't like this scent. But again, you know, it is a polarizing scent, so I'm not going to stray from that, you know, claim. So this is a really nice scent. It's a love it or hate it scent. Not everybody's going to like this, but if you like jasmine and you like a really natural, raw jasmine, you're gonna fall in love with this scent. Now, what kind of a prominent nature does the amber bear? Yes, you will get some amber nuances in here. There is a really nice amber accord. It doesn't come off strongly at all. The jasmine really dominates this entire composition, although you do get just a little bit of sweetness in the dry down. Could be perhaps from the use of a little bit of vanilla or an aroma molecule used in place of natural vanilla oil, but nonetheless you do get just a tiny bit of sweetness which starts to come out as the fragrance dries down. For the most part, this is a linear scent, so you're not going to get too much of a scent development on your skin, and you do have some woodsy nuances in the base, but they're very light, you know? They're nothing that are, you know, going to come across too pungent or anything like that. I would imagine that is the basis of some of the more recent flankers, like the most recent Oud Majestou version. I'm sure that's going to have a very strong agarwood note, which is probably going to compound the animalistic qualities of the indole, and I'm actually really excited for that one. But this one, it's naughty, it's dirty, it's a little flirty at the same time, but it almost has like an innocent quality to it too. So this is a very unique scent. This is one that you must try before you buy, but if you're a fan of jasmine, you owe it to yourself to try this fragrance. Last up, we have the rating. So first up, we have uniqueness and overall smell, and I ended up giving Alien by Thierry Mugler a 9 out of 10. I actually think this is one of the best smelling women's fragrances out there, and despite that animalistic touch that it has to it, it's still nothing overwhelming or overbearing, overshadowing other nuances of the composition. Yes, the jasmine note is strong, but there is still that strong floral presence over all of the animalistic touches and nuances of the fragrance. This is such a beautiful composition, and I use that adjective quite often, but I really mean it in the case of this fragrance. Next up, we have longevity. I have to let you guys know, Thierry Mugler does not play around in the women's section when it comes to the projection longevity of their fragrances. This one is no slouch, no exception. Longevity on this one is a solid 10 out of 10. You will get 12 plus hours on your skin, and the projection is also enormous. It will fill a room, and I actually can testify from personal experiences, first-hand experiences. When my brother's girlfriend wears this, she enters the room, it actually announces her presence. It enters the room before she does, and I'm like, oh, Mayari is there. That's my brother's girlfriend's name. So yes, this is a very well performing scent. I really have to give it to that 10 out of 10. So I would actually not be so liberal with the application. Apply a little lightly, maybe if you want to do one to the chest before you put on your blouse or your shirt or something like that. So just to kind of minimize the, you know, olfactive outburst. I don't even know how to describe it. Next up, we have Versatility. I gave this one a 6 out of 10. Now, this one I think would work better in the, maybe on a cold spring day because the florals are evocative of the spring, but I would probably wear this one in the colder weather, fall, winter, just because it's such a potent and robust composition. As far as social scenarios go, it is a little bit on the pricier side, so I definitely wouldn't wear this one casually. I would wear this to work. I don't think it's that offensive, and I probably wouldn't wear this on a night out or like on a date or something like that. I think you might be risking it just a little bit because it is a polarizing scent, but in a formal scenario, semi-formal, formal, I think this one would work really well. As far as age range goes, I think this is like 25 and up or 30 and up because it does carry along that maturity with it, you know, the way that the jasmine is done in this scent. So it's not the most versatile scent, but for the occasions for which it is appropriate, it's a knockout scent for sure. And last up we have Presentation, very unique bottle. I don't think it's as unique as the Angel bottle, but it's a really nice addition to the collection. I ended up giving this one an 8 out of 10, and overall I really want to give Alien by Thierry Mugler a 9 out of 10. And I'm trying to retain my objectivity as much as I can because this is a fragrance for women that I absolutely love. I could very easily give this one a 10 out of 10, but we must bear in mind and be sensitive and sympathetic to the fact that not everybody is going to like this scent. This is such a polarizing scent, but if you're a fan of jasmine, this is a holy grail. So there you have it. Thank you so much for watching. That was my review of Alien by Thierry Mugler. If you, owner, have tried this beautiful fragrance, please let me know what you think by leaving a comment down below. Also, please don't forget to rate and subscribe for future videos. So again, everyone, thank you very much for watching. This has been Steven with another fragrance review from Red Essence. We'll see you soon.